All right, let's do it here. Let's go. And you don't realize people probably suing YouTube every day. All right. And I get you, they don't even bat an eye. But let's get into it right here. Speak life or speak death. Listen to this right here. Please choose the woman that you are with wisely. Because the woman that you with has the power to speak life. That should say speak life into you, but it says speak live. Okay? Speak life into you or speak death. The woman is the owner of the words. Women use their tongue more than they use their fist. Women do talk a lot, and a lot of times they talk death into you. We call them dream killers. A lot of women in your life have been dream killers. A lot of women don't know that their words are very powerful and that men sometimes give their ego to the woman. As a result, sometimes they can actually destroy your ego, destroy your vision, destroy the dreams that you have. Now, ladies, you're going to say men have done this to you. We don't give a fuck about you right now. We don't give a fuck about you. All right. We don't care about your situation. We're talking to the men today. Take a back seat or a hike or take a long walk off of a short pier. We're talking about how men are affected. That's what the channel is about. Until the women start supporting in great mass. Then I'll switch to you broads. Until then, we're talking about how your mother raised you. Your mother spoke death into you. How? She didn't have a man around. She chased that man off, or the man she picked was the wrong nigga. So that way, she was the only one to prevail in your life. But she wasn't speaking men into you. She wasn't speaking life into you. She was speaking death. Ain't shit niggas. You just like your daddy. You look like your daddy. And she also planned for you to speak death into your financial future by doing the goofy shit that she does, and you follow her pattern. And she says, just do this, just do that, just sue YouTube. And she just gets you to lose your fucking money, right? Throwing bad money at bad money. Okay? That's the type of shit that you guys come up with without even being in the position, by telling me to do some shit that you wouldn't even do. Number one. Number two, it ain't your money you're losing, it's mine. Number three, same thing as your mama speaking death into you, telling you to do things and pursue certain occupations that they even admit they get paid less for. Okay? Women negotiate less, they get less pay raises, but they'll tell you to pursue the same thing. They'll set your finances. They'll teach you to set your finances up like them. But the only problem is you ain't got no pussy to sell to make up the difference. All right? They got pussy to sell to make up the difference. You don't. So if they make a mistake, they can go out there and get married, sell some pussy, go on the internet, get naked, show their feet. They got ways out. Be a sugar baby, find a rich man. They got ways out. You ain't got them ways out. A lot of men have had mothers or women in their life speak death into them by saying, hey, you know what? This guy did something to me. You need to check him. Speaking death into him. Then he charges up a man and gets stabbed, robbed, beat. He loses his life. Speaking death into him. Instead of speaking life into him. What you can accomplish, supporting him. Very few women are doing this, and many of them don't have the capability to do this. They haven't been trained to do this. They're more trying to speak life into themselves as opposed to speak life into a man. We're going to go a little bit around the horn on this one, but I want you to listen to this. Number one, let's take this video right here. This is the video from the Lionheart Church. Let's listen to what he has to say, he's talking to the women. Let's see what he has to say here. Okay, we're going to have to turn the volume up here.
Remember this, lady, there's no justification for any abuse at any time. What a woman does with her mouth is what a man does with his fist. Because a woman's body is weaker than a man, not her mind. Her body is weaker, but a man's mind is more tender than a woman. And when you coming at him that way, coming at his way, he can't keep up with that. A man's mind, in an argument with a woman, a man's mind is like a 5-year-old child. He doesn't even know how to, and you just hitting him. Answer me. Then he tries to answer you, you then interrupt him. And so now he can't keep up with this. So he just shuts down, and then you're pushing him and you're prodding him. What you don't know is that his anger on the inside.
All right, so this is the tongue is just as lethal as the fist. All right, so I'm good with the verbiage. So I can verbally assassinate people with my verbiage in the mouthpiece. Most guys can't. In fact, women use 3 or 4 times more words a day than a man. All right, women will use 20,000 words plus. All right, men will use 6,000 to 7,000 words. All right, we're really task oriented. So our development in arguing is not good. This is why men fight. This is why men fight. All right, we try to talk, ooga booga booga, and then you say ooga ooga booga. All right, fight. All right, the words ain't working, nigga. I said, and then fisticuffs, because we have the fisticuff. We have the power of the fist. But the woman has the power of the tongue. It's like a sword, so she can find ways, prepare for your assassination. All right, come on in and then talk to you and then speak death into you. She prepared to speak death into you, right? And while you was over there ooga booga booga and focusing on your task, she's thinking of how she's going to speak death into you and set you up and gaslight you and manipulate you and red herring and bait and switch you and motherfucking change the subject in on you and deflect, redirect. She's thinking of this shit well before that you showed up. And now you can't punch her in the teeth, right? Because why? She's a woman. So now you're stuck trying to work through the magic. And she just speaking death, death, death into you instead of speaking life, life, life into you. This is shit that they program, they train, they sit around thinking about, thoughting, accusing you of shit. And you're like, what? This is speaking death into you. And people don't consider these things, these actions, abuse. She will literally call you abusive for threatening her, yelling at her, screaming, crashing out, losing it. But she's literally abusing you. I've been saying this for a long time. Men have been telling men to accept abuse. They'll say, whole masculine frame. This is what you do when she does this. This is what you do when she does that. That's called trying to work around abuse. This is what you do when she shit tests you. Working around abuse. Okay, so she's speaking death in you and you're developing strategies on how to survive her speaking death into you. Not support in life. Not saying get on out there. Not saying I'm encouraged by you. Not saying I'm motivated by you. Not saying you make me a better woman or you make me want to be a better woman. Because these words can speak life into the guy. Instead, we're dealing with a lot of death being spoken into us. Right? And we don't realize it. The women don't realize it. They don't know because they haven't been educated and taught and told. They're just worried about what they're going to lose, and which is a whole bunch. All right? But you definitely going to lose if I don't win. You're definitely going to lose if I don't win. Even if you're not with me, you're going to lose. So this I can do bad all by myself is speaking death into the men. I'd rather be by myself and lose than to lose with you. Instead of going, maybe if I speak life into this man, what can this man be? Let me give you some examples. Okay, these women are out here really uncouth and untrained. They're filthy. Nobody's trained these women. Who trained you? Who raised you? They've been raised by hyenas. Biblical. I will use the Bible as a support reference. So shut the fuck up. Proverbs 5 and 3 and 6 in the New International Version, the NIV. For the lips of an adulterous woman drips honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is bitter as gall, sharp as a double-edged sword. Sharp as a double-edged sword. Bitter as gall. And I don't even know what that is. Somebody can tell me what that is. The words are smooth, but you're dealing with a bitter bitch, adulterous woman. And a lot of women are adulterous. In this day and age, they'll say they ain't. I've never had a one-night stand. I've never cheated. Oh, bullshit. Oh, bullshit. You was the other woman then, bitch. All right, but her tongue, her words, sharp as a double-edged sword, right? This woman is speaking that she can speak death into your life. When a woman takes you to court and sues you for child support, even a small nominal fee, instead of having you be a part of your kid's life and saying, hey, this is the right thing to do. This bitch is speaking death into you. She's trying to kill your financial momentum. She's trying to destroy your dream and your progress. She's speaking death upon you. She is verbally assassinating you, and she is assassinating you and your character in the court record. She's speaking death on you. You guys got to consider this. What she's doing would be similar as a man lying and waiting in the bushes to take your life. This is the truth. These bitches are vampires. They will fucking try to take your life in the only way they know, and that's through the words. That's through submitting the words in the court that are fucking lies many times. They will lie on your dick. They will lie on your character. They will lie on your reputation. That is speaking death upon you. You have more women willing to do that than to speak life upon a man, than to wake up in the morning and fix that motherfucker lunch and say, I believe in you. You keep working hard for this family. This is speaking life into a man. These bitches won't do it, okay? They won't do it. They'll speak death on you every day and be sleeping in a goddamn bed with you. Press 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Press 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about, if you can feel this message. So the people that are watching this, the fucking haters and the Mitches and the dirty, dangerous bitches, they can watch me and you can tell them he is speaking the truth. We hear this every fucking day. Death. These niggas ain't shit. These bitches ain't shit. We hear this death being spoken. And they literally will fucking bring the ops to your doorstep. The government, the child support, the CPS. They'll bring them right to your fucking doorstep every day, mailing you, calling you, harassing you, suing you. They will do it at the drop of a hat. They speak death upon you men. They kill your dreams. They sabotage you every day. Wake up, thought and plotting, figuring out how to trip you up on some bullshit while you worrying about conquering the world. I'm worried about being a multimillionaire and bitch trying to trip me up on some bullshit. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, they'll bring the police, her fucking family members. They'll gas up a whole goofy ass simp right to your fucking doorstep. Speaking death upon you all the time. And you wonder why you can't get ahead. The only way you can get ahead is go MGTOW. The only way you can get ahead is grab your passport. The only way you can go ahead is be a free agent. The only way you can get ahead is support Kevin Samuels. They talk about you. You must be gay, bitter, homo. They still be trying to put death on you. Okay. Let's get back into this Bible real quick. Proverbs 14:1. The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands, the foolish one tears hers down. All right, let's go.
You can't win.
That's right, bitch. You can't win.
You can't win.
The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands, and we can substitute that with her own words. The foolish one tears hers down. Let's go, motherfucker. Let's go. The Holy Spirit be working through me, even though I am a sinner. I am a sinner, but the Holy Spirit, shout out to the God, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Shout out to the Most High. They be speaking through me when I do these lessons. That's why I look at it and say, I might not have my millions, but I got my tens of thousands. No, I'm just right. It's worth it in the end. It's worth it in the end. Listen to this right here. Iyanla Vanzant. Your mother also has spoken death into their sons. Your single mother, when there is no man around, even if there is a weak, spineless, jelly-back, punk-ass, simp-ass man, that simp-ass man can't even keep this death-speaking woman from speaking death into their own sons. These niggas be getting killed by the police, and they the first ones jumping out there saying he was a good boy, he was a young scholar, and that bitch done spoke death into her son her entire life, set him up for death by removing the father, chasing him off, saying that nigga ain't shit, by restricting custody, by making sure she moved the kids all across the county and the state. Then when a nigga gets snuffed out by the police and she the motherfucking, and they be like, let's praise the holy single mother. All right, now fuck that bitch. She got that nigga killed 17 years ago. He had no chance. He had no chance. Let's play this video so you can see what I'm talking about.
I've only known this young man 24 hours, and there's no way in the
Let's get this shit right.
world I have only known this young man 24 hours, and there's no way in the world just reading his space that I know he's going to allow a man to abuse a woman in his presence.
She doesn't think about me that way. She doesn't.
Well,
Because I
then
just
you
saw
don't
him
need
playing
to be-
basketball and going on dates
so
together.
what?
and-
Mind your business. You say that you don't see the man that your son is. So I'm asking you, since this is not a demonstration of a man, you need to tell me what man you're using to measure him with. Which one?
My idea.
Which is your idea. Now, is
Now, who gives a fuck about a woman's idea of a man? See, this is the problem. And even the men talking about what women should do. Okay? We got it really messed up. The women need to regulate the women. The men need to regulate the men. The Money Mindset 2025. Join us if you are looking to elevate your mindset to the next level and get your financial information and game back to where it needs to be. This is the Blue Chip Mindset on steroids. We have 80 plus episodes from the last 2 years that you missed available via playback. You can get all of those episodes. Also, every live stream on Sunday night with all of our great contributors with subjects, cryptocurrency, investment, money 101, money 201. Also, if you're looking to become a social media content creator, this is the group for you. 2 times a month, we give you content creator information about how much money you can make via content creation. What are the most popular forms of content creation coming forward in the next few years, and how you can capitalize on an opportunity to be a content creator. Join patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams to find the Money Mindset link. Let's get our blue chip mindset on. The window is still open. Okay. This whole idea of men telling women what they need to do. Nah, these women need to tell these women what to do so they can fucking get wifed up and taken care of out here and spoiled like they believe they should. And why is this woman like, it's an idea? I've said a long time ago, these women have an idea of a man. They don't even have the real man to measure it against. I said that. I said these women, literally you're competing against a mythical person. Even you men will argue me about dating and marriage and relationships. And I say, show me the evidence of what you're seeing. I showed that guy last night. Show me the evidence of all these guys with a harem of beautiful women. Show me. Then y'all start naming people, and I'm going to just say, look, there he is with an average woman. There he is with a regular woman. There he is with an ugly bitch. There's not this, you guys are measuring yourself even as a man against a mythical creature, and it ain't fair. The women are measuring you against a nigga that will never get. All the while speaking death into your spirit of a measuring you against a mythical creature that she doesn't know. Of 40-something years on living in the earth, she's measuring against her idea of a fucking man. I want you to think about how crazy that is. You don't realize how crazy that is. We're measuring women against mythical creatures, not against actual women you're gonna fucking get. You ain't gonna get one like you're measuring. She should be loyal or she should be this. Nigga, you ain't that guy. I've been telling y'all, you ain't that guy. You don't deserve a woman like that. Where do you think you deserve a woman like that? Even the woman you're measuring against, this woman farts, dookies, shits, gets sick, have diarrhea, fart out of her peace leave. She ain't this whole angelic woman out here that floats on the clouds. This is a real, live, in the flesh human being, not a robot, not an inanimate object. This is a woman that has feelings that will fuck up your world. Stop measuring people against mythical creatures. I'd never put up a mythical creature. I tell you what it is, what you gonna see out there. Okay? But then you come back to me with some mythical shit. All right? Well, it could be, and it could, and there's a guy, and there was a Pookie, and you don't know shit. All right? So here she is, measuring her own son, who is a grown-ass man, against a mythical creature, her idea of a man. Her idea. And if he doesn't fit that idea, she speaks death into him. Like, this is where we're at. And how many young men have been raised by women like this? How many young men have been given no chance in hell by this woman not liking the man she made the baby with because he didn't measure up to the mythical creature? Neither does the son measure up. So she don't like him either.
Is that the idea you trained him up to be?
No.
Oh, so how in the blazing bejesus are you holding him accountable to a standard that you didn't teach him, his father didn't give him?
Oops.
He don't even know what it is, and yet as his mother, you sit in his face and tell him you don't respect him as a man. Tell me how that works. Help me.
Like I said, it was events. It wasn't just.
I'm talking about
And it's
one
also
thing.
how he treats me.
All right, there we go right there.
And it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
Ladies, I'm going to say this. Until you learn how to speak life into men, you're going to get the exact results you're getting from these men. Yes, you got to be the bigger person. You're the bigger person. You're smarter. You're more mature. Be the bigger person. You're more adept at using your words. You got to lead that. You want him to lead, you better speak life into him. Now it's the son's fault. Now it's the daddy and the son's fault. He don't love me. He don't speak life. Man, you spoken so much depth into this young man. He probably don't give a fuck about you. He probably don't care. He don't care. And look at him. He don't care about her. The only reason he cares about her, I'm going to tell you this, and this is the truth. The only reason he cares about her is because other people say, that's your mama, though. 100% I bet. Other than that, he'll probably let her fucking freeze. But his family, that's your mama. She's still your mama. Your mama black. You better take care of your mama. You better love her. I guarantee you, if we didn't have simp propaganda telling us this of a woman that has spoke death on us on a constant basis for years, I bet you niggas will let they mama freeze. Fuck that bitch. All right. But then there's always going to be some simp ass nigga, but that's still your mama. You got to love her. And you're like, bruh, if you only knew. If you only knew, bruh. They just guilt trip you back into the bullshit. Well, she is the mother of your children, so you still gotta be, you should be happy that she gave you kids. Fuck that bitch. I ain't gonna just be thinking that shit. They just literally guilt trip you back. Well, she did have your baby, so you should respect her and honor her, even if what? She's speaking death on me? No. All right, you still gonna need somebody. You still gonna need your mama's love. You still need to take care of her, She is your mom. You only get one mom. Bullshit. This is bullshit, program bullshit. Why they continue to speak death and sabotage you the entire time. When I say sabotage, I did the best I could as a mother. I did the best I could, I worked hard. I did the best I could. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I could have done better, but I did the best I could. Sabotage. Death. Decay. You ask your mama for $5. Why you always asking me for money? You stop asking her for $5, but you don't go on the school field trip. And she says, all you have to do is ask me for the money. She crashed out on you the last time you asked her for lunch money. Why would you ask her for lunch money the next time? Why would you ask her for football team money the last time? Anything you need, all you had to do is ask. Oh, hell no. You learn that real quick. She's like that with money. So I'm not going to ask. Speaking death into your potential. Speaking death into your potential. Not speaking life. Speaking death. And imagine these young men are with these women 10, 20, 30 years. And this the only motherfucking parent they know. Sabotage. I'm trying to teach these women out here. And if you don't agree with me, I rebuke you in the name of the Most High, Jesus Christ, and the Latter-day Saints. All right? All the goddamn religions and cults mixed up in one. Right.
Yeah, but I'm
don't
talking. Wait,
respect me
hello,
as a
hello, 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 hello.
mom, and so-
You see, you are a provocative victim. You provoke stuff, and then when you start being held accountable for it, then you start twisting and turning and making the other person wrong. Look at me, Ma. Look at me. Look at me. You just sat here and told your son, who ain't got a needle in his arm, who I'm assuming pays his own rent. He's married to a registered nurse.
Wow.
He's got 3 baby boys.
She do not give a fuck, bruh. She's a provocative victim. She's just a victim. And by the way, she's a victim of her own circumstances. She a victim of her own choice and decisions. And she hates herself. Not only does she hate herself, she hates the father's kids more than she loves the kids themselves. Like, these are the type of people y'all got speaking death into you on a daily, yearly, monthly basis. Come on, man. She don't care. Look at her face. She don't care, bro. Why? She's a fucking loser. That's why. She ain't going nowhere in life. She a loser. You don't realize, I've been telling you, man, you're surrounded by losers. They got the losers, then they cut you off at the pass. Losers have circled the wagons. You're surrounded by losers. And she's a loser. Your mama is a loser, not your mama. To that man, your mama's a fucking loser. Get rid of her. Fuck that. You only get one mama. Boy, she fucked up on the job. Get rid of her. He managed to find a wife that has got her career in order, but she's a fucking loser. All right, and sometimes you got to look at it and say the people close to you are fucking losers. All right, she ain't going nowhere. The only thing she could do, the only power she has is to speak death on her own DNA. She don't care about destroying your life. Same thing as your baby mama and ex-wife. They don't care about destroying your life. Why? Because they're losers. They're going nowhere. And you will fucking let them trying to be loyal and talk rationally to these fucking losers. Let them fucking lose. I'm telling you, man, I don't care who the family member is. They want to fucking lose, man. Let them lose. Let them freeze. You can't let your life, you can't lose your life trying to help a loser. Let them lose. Let them fucking freeze. Good. You can't even help them, bruh. There's a verse in the Bible that says this, essentially paraphrasing. Dude, if you help a loser, they'll drown you. The scorpion and the frog. The woman and the snake. The woman in the snake story. You help they ass and they still will bite the hand that feeds them. Let them fucking lose. But you better win. La Llorona. They will literally come out here and lose and speak death upon you. You got to let these people lose and freeze.
And you just sat here in his face and said, I don't respect him as a man. Mm-hmm. And you don't think to consider what that does to his heart, to his soul, to his spirit.
I'm sure that's hurtful.
And you okay with that?
And it's hurtful for the things that he says.
But there you go. You're doing
See
it.
that?
You're doing it right now.
There you go. Because there's a woman listening to me now, right now going, but what about when the men do? They learn from you. You're the master of the words. You're the master of the words. You're the master of healing. Aren't you more nurturing? Or you want to give that up as a woman now? You don't want to be nurturing. You want to be out here in your masculine. Aren't you the bigger person? Aren't you smarter? Aren't you more mature? Don't you mature faster than men? But he did. They're just children with breasts many times. And they don't know that they're in their own way. This is why it's required that a man lead a woman and protect her. It was ordained in the what? In the vertical order of protection that Dr. Thunder speaks about. Because we are to protect her. That was our orders given by the Most High and Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints and Allah. But the number one person that we are supposed to protect a woman from is herself. And when you realize that if you're with a woman and you live with her and you can no longer protect her from herself, that's no longer your woman. She belongs to the goddamn streets.
In these streets.
She belongs to the government. She belongs to her boss. She belongs to government zaddy. She belongs to the streets. A woman knows that she can speak life into you so that you can protect her from not only everyone else, but herself. So when you say, you can't leave the house like that. My wife is not leaving the house like this. You can't tell me what to do. That's no longer your woman. You no longer have to protect her because she is not in a position to have you protect her from herself. Not allow. She's not in the position to have you protect her from herself. She's out here going to act recklessly and bring fucking death to your doorstep by acting like a whore and a skeezer. All right, go ahead. When niggas out here chopping that head off, when niggas out there grabbing your booty cheeks, don't call me. When niggas is out here harassing you and dragging you in the back of the alley, do not call me. You wanted to do that and you took that upon yourself. Don't bring death back to me. When she does that, she's speaking death into you by saying you ain't my daddy. She's speaking death into you. She's rebelling in the spirit of the Jezebel. So you got to let her go out there and get hit on her head. Because I ain't your daddy. You got to let her go out there and get the consequences and the repercussions. The number one person, when a woman says these men don't lead and protect, well, the number one person I lead and protect is you from you. So when you open your mouth and tell me what you ain't going to do and listen to me, you're speaking death upon my leadership. And at that point, you no longer are worthy of protection and worthy of being led. And men, you abdicate your leadership and your protection role right then and there. Right then and there, because she's no longer willing to have you protect her from herself. All right. Next part of this lesson here, fair use.
You're doing it right now. I'm holding you accountable and you spinning your web. You're trying to get away. You're trying to get away. Tell me, just here's the question.
And now here come the tears and you see her shaking her head. She's in the spirit of rebellion. She's in the spirit of Jezebel. She doesn't want to listen. And I want to bring this point up. Sorry. I'm going to bring this point up. You got to imagine if Iyanla Vanzant is not there, imagine what this young man is up against every day. And you don't have a marriage counselor, a referee, Iyanla Vanzant. Imagine how much this woman is able to manipulate that young man by speaking death. Because now she can't get her way. Now she's going to the tears. This is pure manipulation. These are all the tactics of Satan himself. That it is present even in the when the no referee is there. And that man is powerless because that's supposed to be a figure he looks up to and supposed to support in her old age. But he can't say, fuck you, bitch. He can't say that to his mama, but he want to say it. He can't walk away because the simp enforcers will tell him, that's still your mama, though. He got to stay under her damn roof as she destroys him and the roof with her own words and her own hands, according to Proverbs 14:1. The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands and words, the foolish one tears hers down. Imagine when this boy doesn't have a referee, someone to put the woman in check while she verbally assassinates him and tears this man's spirit down on a daily basis. She's destroying this young man. And she still don't want to hear it. Even with somebody, a woman, trying to explain it to her. And they say, we are the problem as men. Yeah, we have our own problems. You Mitch-ass ninjas are a problem. But come on, man.
Just answer it. We'll get back to that other stuff later. Tell me.
Forgive me. I respect him. He's a wonderful man.
See?
Do you understand that your
So that's sarcasm. That's sarcasm. That's how she deals with it. Okay, whatever you say, he's a wonderful man. He's great. He's wonderful. She can't even speak life in him like she loves him. She just hit you with that. How many of your wives and ex-girlfriends have done that? Okay, whatever you say, you're wonderful, you're great, you're the almighty, you're the best. These people, man, these people are vicious when they're speaking death and they see no possible light in themselves. So they will speak death upon you, sabotage you, sacrifice you at the altar of Satan himself. But then when you die at the hands of the police, the white man, when you die at the hands of some niggas that shoot, when you die, they be like, oh, the first one up front at the news, and my baby ain't never hurt nobody. My baby was a young scholar ass bitch, so she could go up there and have the whole world portray her as a saint, when she was the cause of the problem from day one. Let's continue.
Mouth, your voice, your words are connected to the coils in his heart.
Facts.
To the valves in his heart.
Facts.
He can't help but love you. And every time you dishonor that love, you chip a piece of it, chip a piece of it. This is why in our culture as black people, when the boys turn a certain age, the men come and get him and take him away from the mother because she can emotionally manipulate him.
Yep. Look at this young man. Got a hairdo like his mama, unfortunately. Shout out to the brothers with the locks. No disrespect. But this is why women should not have sole custody of young boys after the age of 8. I've been on that program for a long time. There's no woman that should be having custody of their boy at age 8 solely away from the father. If the father's willing, that kid should be with the father. We need to start forcing fathers to take care of these kids instead of being out here chasing pussy. Y'all out here with the mother raising the kid, destroying the boy, and y'all out here, well, I got more time to chase pussy. All right. Nah, niggas, take care of your kids. Men, take care of your kids. All right. Get them at least to their teenage years. Yo, and the kids, the moms don't need to be in here. No input from you. Ladies, you ain't got a swinging dick. Not only that, if you have a daughter, why is the woman protecting the daughter? That's the father's job. So the father's job is when these kids start advancing, the mother need to step to the damn side. Fuck your kids' feelings and fuck your feelings, moms. Step to the side. You don't need to have no kids after the age of 8 solely. All right, because, bruh, all right, you don't know how to get a man there. And you don't know how to protect the daughter. You don't know how to protect the woman. But you will guys sabotaging your daughters out here. Continuing here, because I got to go.
But since we don't live in our culture no more, we say what we want to say, do what we want to say. We tear our men down and then wonder why they don't make good husbands and fathers. Mothers destroy sons.
Woo!
His mother can speak to him in certain ways.
Tell her.
That destroy him in ways that can never be repaired.
Never be repaired. These are unrepairable men. Ladies, if you're dating men and you're like, what's wrong with these men? Look no further than many times their mothers. We often get comfortable blaming the absent father instead of the present parent. You literally have the person present and blaming someone who is absent. We get it. Absentee does affect children, but you got a person right there present getting no blame. This doesn't make sense. That's like me being absent from the stream and you blaming me for the goddamn whatever happens on the stream. How? I wasn't on the stream. Okay. Okay. But the women say they want to be the bigger people. They're smarter. They're more mature. They mature faster. But when it comes to this, they can't handle it. They get the crying. All right. Know your role and really learn how to shut your mouth. But that's a problem. Ladies, and I'm going to tell y'all this. Look. You guys have fumbled more good men than you have dealt with bad men. Write it down. You have fumbled more good men than you've dealt with bad men, and that's saying something. Because a lot of women have dealt with a lot of bad men, but you fumbled more good men. You had the man there, and you still was on your bullshit, and you didn't want to get there. You didn't want to give up. You have fumbled more good men than you have dealt with bad men. You had a chance and you fucking blew it. Okay? You fumbled it. And this is the result of that. You have to live that out.